learn from this. So today's Alma training is going to be around the OCLC integration, which is what I kind of casually call it. In reality, it is a publishing profile that you can do two different jobs. One is to publish bibliographic records, and the other is to publish local holdings. Um, if you're doing bibliographic records, it's more of just a straight like, do we have this? And publishing the local holdings includes more detail like shelf location or volume information for like physical journals. If you're going to be participating in World Share, ILL, things like that. So I'm not going to go as much into detail on those two um, publishing jobs. However, I am going to show you how to set up the SFTP connection and kind of show you where to find the publishing jobs. Now, the exciting thing is that I knew that Elena had mentioned that they had tried to get this working and it was not working. And so I took a look at the FTP um, integration configuration, and I didn't mess with the one that you had. I copied it to see if the changes that I made work, and then I tested, and it was like success, 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 success. So we're gonna
Oh,
see if
woohoo!
yeah.
Finally.
So so yeah. So let me I'll share with you the document that I've kind of started in chat. Um, and then I'm going to start sharing my screen so you can see what I did. Okay, so there's the document and share screen. Okay, so um, this one is very basic because I literally just kind of like started in my typical manner of copy everything from the knowledge base and then make it actually readable. So there's the two jobs that I just mentioned. That is the republish holdings, which is the one that's necessary for like ILL. Although you should note that only records that have an 035 field will be published.
Oh,
And then the more basic one, just to be like, yep, we have this physical holding, is the job or the publishing profile of bib OCLC republished set of titles. And that one is just based on bib level and whether or not it exists. So most of this I pulled from this page here, publishing to OCLC from resource management. But I've got a few others that I have open here, so I'll throw those in the bottom as we kind of refer to them. So you will need your OCLC institution code symbol, your 3-letter code. I think most of them are 3 letters, and your password. And the first step is to log into OCLC WorldShare to create a data sync collection. So this is something that I can't do because I'm not a library, nor do I have OCLC credentials for a library. But we can come back to this if somebody would like to walk through it. And I will show you the Alma side of it that can, you can kind of, anyway. So the first step for the Alma side of it is to configure the SFTP connection. So let me get the right screen in. Nope, that's the other one. Sorry, I'm helping a bunch of people. Did I close it? That would be typical. Okay, never mind. I'll just do this. Okay, so we're gonna go to Skagit. And to get to your FTP integrations, you go to Configuration, General, and SFTP definitions. And this was Elena's here. So I just copied it because then that moved the username and password over, and I didn't potentially mess up what she had. And I created the updated. So this is the server. This is the same server for everybody. And I do have that here. We'll bold that. And then port 22. This subdirectory, any subdirectory when you're doing server communication should start with a / and OCLC has a list of their various subdirectories based on what job you want to do. What's interesting is this doesn't yeah. Anyway, there's a lot of them, and you kind of have to read closely. But you are looking for the WorldCat bibliographic data sync collections, and so then it is that full subdirectory, and then it's important to check that that is the full path, because that will tell the basically the service that connects the two that that is what it's looking for. It's not looking for any additional folder within that path. Min number of files 1, max, like all of this should just pop up. You're going to keep it in passive mode. It will be secured. Authentication method is your username and password from OCLC, but there's a slight difference. In front of your OCLC symbol, you are going to put FX underscore and then your code and then your password. So now when I go to test this, dun, 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 success. So then we can say, now to do the publishing profile, it is not in configuration. It's just in normal. We go to resources, publishing profiles, and we go and Elena already has this one active, published bibliographic record. So you go in here to edit, and you put in your symbol. This is the collection ID that you will get from going into WorldShare and setting up, what is it that they call it? The data sync collection. So you'll need that number for right there. These should be, the incremental should be the default, and then status active, and then you can, of course, edit the scheduling. And then you will choose your FTP configuration of the OCLC SFTP that you created. Now you hit save. And hopefully that's it. Now, what is curious is that if you have not done this process in a long time or ever, we might see some interesting results. Just because it won't, like, the incremental works a little bit like the daily patron loads, where it just, well, it should be just updating the user files that have updates. And I have not actually looked into, so it's got this like full, so I don't know, like, it'd be interesting to look oh, Google Doc again. Yes. Here you go, Tracy. Doo-doo-doo. Um, I'd I was more concerned with trying to figure out the SFTP connection. But I'd like to kind of look in the difference between the incremental versus the full, so that if you like have not done one ever, like never got it working or what have you, like do you want to do a full one the first time and then change it? So the publishing to to OCLC article, I believe that's the first one that I linked to. Um, this is the world share. I'm gonna put this down here for the file path information, which again, it should all be these ones. So I'm just gonna copy that too. So no. Um, and then I also checked on this one just to kind of make sure integration profiles were making sense. And I don't think there's anything you'd need to refer to on that because it did kind of default. And this also had a really nice, much more simplified set of directions. So I'm gonna also put that up here, since that's um, the OCLC help page is very clear as far as how it should be set up. And they have a nice little and except for the whole passive mode thing. And then this also talks about the publishing profile details and where that data sync collection ID goes. Um, and then how to test. So I think Skagit is now set up and we can look uh, and see what happens in the future. And if anyone would like to be the volunteer to log into OCLC and show us what that looks like, that would be amazing because then we'd have the other part of that.
I have it. Actually, I was just doing it because we've never done this before, if you want me to share.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's this one. All right. Oh, that's stupid. Sorry. It's like the Zoom thing is in my way. How do I get rid of the thing at the top? Oh, there it goes. Okay. So I logged into WorldShare. It's under metadata. The collection manager can create a collection and the data sync collection. I haven't done either. I'm not sure what we're publishing. I'd have to check with my ILL people, but we said bibliographic, right? Okay.
Sorry, yes, I muted myself, but I'm nodding.
And then you said you put a collection name. What was it again? I don't want to.
I think you can just say like print, um, like print bibliographic, and that way you know it's not the local holdings records.
There's our symbol, no group, no third party. Mark, use record status for processing.
I'm guessing since um that the default set at no, that we leave it at no.
Yeah, okay. Um, I don't know why it says last update. I guess I just created it. So description, initial estimate for record count. It's like that's how many bibs I have in my system.
Possibly.
I'm taking a guess here. I have no idea. System
None of that is required.
processing.
So
None of it's required. So,
yeah, anything that's not required.
and if there
And we're
is
not,
anything,
yeah. So I just leave everything the way it's got it.
okay. So it can always be tweaked in the future too.
Yeah. And we're not doing
I don't know what LBD means.
well, yeah, so
Local
it's you
bibliographic
didn't
data.
choose local. It just yeah, like I'm guessing since there's nothing to change on there, it's based on what type of collection you chose.
Okay.
And
Informal mark record delivery.
so I think this is for the flip side of like
Hmm.
automatic, so we're not
Okay.
doing delivery.
And this would be, it looks like it's required.
So yeah, probably.
Telephone. OCLC is like, what is my phone number? I don't know. Uh,
I always just do the front desk for everything if I have when I was at the library. I'm like, "Oh."
okay. Do I have to add?
Nah, probably just save up at the top.
Yeah. Save. Okay.
All right. And now we have that collection ID. We can see at the top there now. And
Yeah.
so then you can go into your Alma and go
I,
to, uh-oh.
but that's where you'd get it. And then I'd create one for the local too, right?
Yes,
Local
if you
holdings,
were, yeah, if
if we
you're
do
wanting
that.
to do it for ILL. Um, we've had a couple chats. Um, Uh, Elena's internet is unstable. Bobby, date that shows you when the last time you did a sync with WorldCat and Alma. So if you go into job history, because it is a publishing job, I can show you where to find it. Um, I will share again. Thank you, Abby. That I think was kind of a very good additional piece for folks. Okay, so I'm gonna save that. Okay, so if you go into publishing profiles and you find the published bibliographic record, it may not be active, but it should have history. And you can see, and this is the submit date range is the auto default for 24 hours, and theirs is scheduled for weekly. Um, so it shows that it attempted to do all of these records, but they were all it didn't work. And we can see here, um, yeah, FTP failed. So hopefully next time that won't be what we see. Um, and so like I'm gonna go ahead and log out. Nope, wrong place. And I had thought like, oh, I'll go in real quick and I'll check everybody's and be able to tell you like, are you doing this or not regularly? And then because it's, Alma in the morning, uh it was taking me an exceptionally long time to get in. But we can take a look at Pierce since you had the question, Bobby. Did I lose my chat? Okay. Um So if we go into resources, publishing profiles, um, here's the publish to OCLC. It is not active. So if we go into history, it's not been done in the last year. Um, and if we go into edit, I'm so it doesn't look like it was ever set up since we don't have a collection ID here, and you don't have your institution symbol. We can go into your SFTP definitions and see right away if you have the OCLCS SFTP, and you don't. Um, so yeah, so if you're starting from scratch, you'll want to get into World Share and get that collection ID. Make sure you have your symbol and your password, and then you can either do the SFTP connection setup first, or you can go into resources and edit the publishing profile of DataSync. Um, if you want to also do the local holdings records, that will also be listed. And yeah, so would anyone, since we're on here, would anyone else like to walk through setting it up, and like you can share your screen and I'll talk you through it, and that way we can see it start to finish, or we can just say this was super helpful and have a half an hour to do other projects. I'm here for you.
We can do it with Wacom if you want to.
Yeah,
Mm.
if you're ready, like if you don't do local holdings record, your ILL shouldn't people shouldn't be upset with you. Um so yeah, let's do it. Here, I'll stop share.
So the local holdings is used by ILL though, right?
Yes, that
Okay.
would be the one that would, it's not going to automatically open you up to ILL requests. But yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll check with them before I do that piece. But we can do the bib one now.
Yeah, let's try it out.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna close some windows so I
Well, and I'm gonna get my Skagit instance up since I just got it going, and then I can look at the fields on it.
okay. So I don't have the doc. Well, I have it open, but
Okay,
it's
so
zooming.
go ahead and add SFTP connection, a little plus symbol. Yep.
Okay.
And now name, you can call it like OCLC sync or data sync.
And I'll need to, oh, it's one connection, but two jobs for
Publishing
bibs.
profiles. So
Okay.
this only needs to be set up once.
Okay.
The
Actually, I'm
server.
gonna stop sharing so I can put the doc on a different tab so I can go back up
Oh,
or
okay. I
copy
was
and
going to
paste it.
say I could copy and paste into chat, but
Oh, would that be better? So that
if
you
you
have a
can copy
record?
from chat, then
Oh, that's sometimes
because
weird, isn't
sometimes
it?
it doesn't work right. I don't know
Yeah.
what the security permissions are. I'll
Okay.
have to fix that.
So the server, I don't know if you can see me flip the screen. Can you see the doc?
We're seeing your
Alma.
Alma,
Okay.
but the server is file X, yeah, dash m1.oclc.org, and then port 22. And then the subdirectory is /xfer /metacall /in/bib, and then check is path full. And yep, 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 um, yep, and then passive and secured. And then username will be FX underscore and your 3-digit symbol.
Oh crap, what is our symbol? Where do I find my symbol? I know I have it somewhere. Hang on. I think it's WC3.
Was it under properties up in that top section of the World Share page where we
Um,
made the collection ID?
Under properties. I don't see
The
properties.
under the success box.
No, it just said collection has been saved. It's just
Oh
got
no,
the
but
collection.
there's a properties section that's collapsed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes. W. So WC3.
Yep. And
And
then
this password is,
that will be the password that you use to log into WorldShare.
but I logged in using my username, like that's not WC3.
Oh, okay. What does the documentation say about that? Um,
I
let's
wonder.
see.
I have an old password file. I don't know. I didn't log in using this, but I can try.
Mm,
But I wonder if I'll have to create a new.
Okay, it
Um,
says, okay, it does say for password, please call OCLC support to obtain the file exchange account credentials for your institution. So it could have been set up in the past and there might be one. Um,
okay. Hmm.
or you might have to contact them.
Okay.
So,
Well,
but can you go and save without the password just to like have it
save this.
say probably not because it'll have passwords required.
Yeah.
You could just put in like XXX because we're not going to use it yet.
Okay.
Um, yeah. Um,
Oh well.
right. So yeah, so then you've got that. Now you're going to get out of configuration and go to resources and publishing profiles. And it's that second one and edit. And you put the 7-digit collection ID.
Oh crap! I left out.
It's like 104 something.
So I wonder, is this like, yeah, I might have to go change it because um
No, it'll be associated with your institution regardless of the login.
okay.
I think that password situation is
It may be in like Sally's, my predecessor's old files or something somewhere.
could be if
Go hunting for it. Okay, got it. Collection IT. Publishing mode. We've
is
never done this.
incremental. Oh yeah, so maybe full. Might as well test that. Not that it's even set up yet. Um, yes, that's what we want, the entire repository. Um, and then let's leave it on not scheduled since we don't have that password yet. And then
Okay.
under FTP configuration, just do the OCLC sync and you can save and there's no subdirectory. And
All right.
now all you need to do is contact OCLC and ask for what do they call it? the exact word that they use is obtain file exchange account credentials. And it
Well,
says to call OCLC support, which I am
did
looking
you put that
for.
language in the thing?
I'm going to as soon as I put the contact info in it.
Okay.
Okay, where was that? Okay, so in the document under the configure, the OCLC print publishing profile, oh, print without formatting. There is um okay, contact OCLC for, and it is called the all right. And I'm gonna underline that. And there's the number, and that's the Ohio local number. So we can find out how Abby does with OCLC, and we can wait until next Saturday to see when Skagit Job runs what happens. And hopefully now you all feel a little more empowered to set this up, or at least know who to talk to maybe on your team who does the OCLC stuff to get that information set up, talk to ILL or whatever. Um, there were several, well, maybe not several, but a number of sessions at Eluna about syncing with OCLC. And there's you may have also received emails over the last year or so from OCLC asking if you wanted to participate in a one-time free reindex of your collection. Now, if and Melinda's asked, does this replace the need to do the cleanup job first? And that's if you're, it says in the documentation that if a record's been deleted, it will basically publish with the note of deleted. Um, and then I don't know what that, how, yeah, anyway. Um, so it, so I'm not sure what the significance of the cleanup job is. Um, the one-time reindex is a free service being offered by OCLC because of like their system upgrades in WorldCat. Uh, there's a school who did a full like manual cleanup and like reindex, and I went to that presentation at Eluna. They were very large and had several libraries. So it seemed like that was probably overkill. If your college has never had their bibliographic records in OCLC, um, it's going to publish whatever's in Alma. If your Alma needs a lot of cleanup, then wait. Elena says, oh, you guys did the one-time reclamation job. And so then, yeah, so they wanted the data sync integration to keep them clean instead of having to submit the deletions every quarter manually. I think with the incremental, it's supposed to, like, it says that it will look at any records that have changed since the last sync, like the last publishing job. So if something has gotten deleted, and maybe it's like a time thing, like if you run the job, it's going to take a really long time because, like, creating a set of every single title, it takes a really long time. Um, so I think this is kind of a first step. Um, and there's some other questions that, um, like, this is good in the chat because now I have additional stuff to look into because this was a whole new area of library operations. Um, and then I saw that presentation at Eluna and I got really, really scared about how complex it is. However, I am hoping that now I can also go in and, with more familiarity with this, figure out the Google sync. Um, and we can do a little training on setting up the Google sync as well, because that'll require different settings on everything, and I haven't even looked. So, um, but yeah, so I'm gonna kind of keep digging because I suspect that there's all kinds of different factors that may impact how your uh, records show up and their accuracy. Um, but having something in WorldCat um, is certainly an improvement, even if you're not doing ILL. So yeah. Um, Next month's Alma training is on December 13th, and it's the Tuesday at 10 a.m. And for that one, I am very ambitiously hoping to have um, something for you all that is digestible about letter configuration. They're with the November feature release. They have new XML tag stuff going on. They've got the new letter UI that came out in the summer. Um, there's just a lot of stuff, and I know many people are hoping to get some letters configured. So um, I would, of course, love an example of a letter if anyone wants to give me one to work on. uh, but yeah, I even with a month, it may be more of an aspirational goal uh, to have something, but at least we'll be able to have a conversation and look at things together on the 13th. Um, Later this week, we have norm rules, and next week, I'm going to the website because um, next week, Monday's meeting is on Primo customization. So I am going to talk about the Primo Studio um, because I like it's probably underutilized and there's some quick things that you might want to do that would be simple in that studio. And then next Tuesday, the 21st, I am very excited for our analytics meeting. Ashley from Bellevue. Um, she is the one that also inspired our course reserves discussion, but she has figured out with a colleague of hers how to run a report that shows her the course reserve titles, and then the titles are hyperlinks to the catalog record of the book. Um, and I was like, that is neat. You should share it. So She will be joining us next Tuesday for that one. So um, I think we've got some some good meetings coming up. And as always, if you have any topic ideas for any of our meetings, please let me know. We have a Thursday afternoon in December that I have marked as a forum. December's Alma Training. Yep, it's Tuesday the 12th. Thank you, Haley. It is Tuesday. Yeah, send me the letter questions for letter training. It gives me someplace to dig. Um, but yeah, if you have a forum idea for Thursday the 14th, I know we canceled Library of Things because I was ill. So if that's something we're still interested in, um, I was just checking out a thing from the Spokane County Library, and they have their Library of Things outside of their normal catalog. Um, so Spokane County is now using Aspen ILS administered by Bywater Solutions, and Spokane City is using Koha, which they are self-administering because they crazy. Um, and both of them have figured out a way to do like equipment use agreements within their systems. And I was like, okay, well, that's nice, but we don't have Aspen or Koha. Um, but the fact that the county is doing Library of Things in a different system, I'm going to try and reach out to their systems person and see what the deal is. Um, just curiously, because yeah, it allows reservation of stuff and that use agreement to be signed and then appended to the user profile. So it's something to explore. But if we want to talk about how our colleges do Library of Things, since I know there's some game collections, Spokane has quite an extensive equipment, like for curriculum collection. We could even theoretically kind of extend it to managing laptops and electronics, but uh, I'll keep you posted. And then if anyone feels strongly about something they want to discuss. But yeah, so norm rules cataloging. I'll see you on Thursday if you can make it. Um, if not, have a great week. And I will see you all next time.